After 20 long years of waiting, Sega didn't just bring Virtua Fighter back, they completely reinvented it. Virtua Fighter Crossroads is officially real, and it is throwing the classic franchise into a dark, gritty, story-driven direction we have never seen before. We are talking a brand new setting, a massive underground tournament conspiracy, and a brand new protagonist who's already picking fights with the mob. Let's dive into everything we know from the latest story and gameplay trailers. First up, let's talk about the story, because this is a massive first for the mainline series. The game is taking us to Villa Zapata, a fictional Southeast Asian town where the atmosphere is absolutely dripping with tension. Judging from the story trailer, the crime rate here is through the roof, which perfectly explains why the Chinese triad has set up such a massive, suffocating operation in the city. Enter our new protagonist, Cielo. The trailer frames him as a recurring legendary champion of the city's brutal underground fighting circuit. But things take a sharp turn when the Chinese mafia tries to match fix his latest fight. So we can see here from this bit of the story trailer, this dude, his friend in blue t-shirt, he said that he has an idea for Cielo's next fight, and this is gonna make both of them rich somehow. It is clear what he meant a few minutes into the story. In this part, where he fights someone, definitely from the Chinese mafia, and he said, "Do what they're paying you for." So this is obviously means that Cielo was the reigning champion of the underground tournament, but the Chinese mafia wants to win, so they paid him to lose. But Cielo, he isn't having any of it. He defies the syndicates, wins the match anyway, and instantly puts a massive target on his back. Like that. See, the announcer says Cielo wins again. For whatever reason, Cielo doesn't want to win. He doesn't want the money. And here we see, for a brief second, we got a glimpse of two characters from the mafia. Still not clear who they are. The story just from here on out, the story gives us the reason to have a fight with the mafia. But we can't do, if we cut into this part, yeah, we're really having a fight here in the gameplay. I mean, in the game later, but this is a story trailer, not a gameplay trailer, so they're not showing the gameplay part here. The surprising part is at the end here, we finally see a returning character, none other than Pai Chan. So here we see she already has her own restaurant, probably from her father, because if I remember correctly, her father also owns a restaurant. But somehow her name here is Madame Sue. I'm wondering if that's just a nickname. But if so, why does she have to hide her real name? See, and here we see kids these days don't know who Pai Chan is. Now onto the gameplay trailer, which shows off a brilliant balancing act by Ryuga Gotoku Studio. They are explicitly taking the core mechanics back to basics, meaning they are streamlining the system to ease brand new players into the franchise without overwhelming them. So in this trailer he said to preserve this idea, being able to pick up and play the game with simple intuitive controls. But don't worry, legacy veterans, they got the massive depth in the combo system, so you can still flex your execution. What I absolutely love here is the developers' philosophy on accessibility. While they're putting a huge focus on Cielo's cinematic journey against the Mafia, they aren't forcing it on anyone. If you're the type of player who just wants to boot up the game, bypass the narrative, and start brawling immediately, you can do that. That is always an option. Now, see, but Cielo himself, his martial arts is still not officially explained. As far as I know, his martial art, his fighting style, is not explicitly named yet, but from the gameplay trailer, we got a hint of his fighting style. We see him doing the double leg takedown and devastating ground and pound here. So this heavily points towards a strong mixed martial arts influence, which would be incredibly fresh for a Virtua Fighter protagonist. This also leaves us with one massive lingering question. Will we be able to customize his moveset? With games like Street Fighter 6 finding massive success with World Tour style mixing mechanics, I can't help but wondering if Crossroads will offer something similar. As of right now, that remains to be seen, but the potential is huge. Yeah, Sega is taking a massive gamble by changing up the classic Virtua Fighter formula. But honestly, a gritty, urban, story-driven 3D fighter might be exactly what the franchise needs to reclaim the throne. What do you guys think of Cielo so far? Are you hyped for the new Southeast Asian setting? Or are you just ready to take Pai-chan back into the lab? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to stay up to date on every character reveal and news drop for Virtua Fighter Crossroads, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next arena.